Hi guys, I'm Charles Brownstein from northerntransmissions.com. Thank you as always for checking out an episode of Records in My Life. This time we have on Dan Deacon. Let's hear what he's got to talk about.
Hello, I'm Dan Deacon, and these are Records in My Life for northerntransmissions.com. And here they are. I think the first record that comes to mind is Terry Riley's Rainbow and Curved Air, split with Poppy No Good and the Phantom Band. I don't know, I said split as if like Poppy No Good and his Phantom Band were like another project. Like, what's up, Terry? Let's do a split. Anyway, I remember first hearing that record in college, and it really just blew me away. I was just getting into, really focusing on synthetic music, and I was going to school for composition, and I was really disenfranchising, trying to find players to play the music that I was writing, and then to hear Terry and the music he was writing for himself as the main performer, or the only performer, was really enlightening and inspiring, and just, I don't know, that record, whenever I listen to it, I'm still super into it, and I feel like I hear new things every time, and to think about it like in the historical context of when it came out, just, I don't know, I love that record. Number 2. I don't listen to this record. I can't remember the last time I listened to it. It's definitely over a decade. But Disco Volante by Mr. Bungle was kind of like the gateway album for me getting into weird music in high school. I remember my friend James Petz, his brother Matt Petz, introduced us to Mr. Bungle, and I'd never heard anything like that. I grew up in the suburbs of Long Island where I was into like Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin at the time. So to hear like a band like that was just like, and I feel like kind of like saved me from a life of being like a sports playing future accountant or something like that. So a third record would be a record that I've been listening to nonstop for the last, I guess maybe 2 years now, is, and I'm terrible at pronouncing French, but it's Trilogie de Mort by Eliane Radigue. I believe that's how you say her name. I've never heard it said, so I don't know. But the record's really beautiful. It's 3 50-minute long drones for an ARP 2500 synthesizer, and it's just these beautiful clouds, and I listen to it whenever I'm on like a long trip, because it's 3 continuous hours of music, and it just kind of like transports me into a very comfortable environment. I think it might drive a lot of people insane as it's just like slowly, drifting tones, but I don't know, it's just so beautiful to me. I guess the fourth would be Remain in Light by the Talking Heads. I think it's a really masterfully made record, like the greatest, collaboration of like awesome band and producer that I think I can think of. I don't know, I always look to that record for inspiration, both lyrically and production-wise, and just like what music can be. And the fifth record, the final one, I'm going to go with this Karlheinz Stockhausen and Mauricio Kagel split for prepared piano played by David Tudor. I found it as a freshman in college in a dollar records bin in the library of the college I went to. And like I said, I was kind of into like quote-unquote weird music, but I'd never heard contemporary classical before. I never heard like 20th century composition, and I don't know why I bought it. I feel like I heard the words Stockhausen before, but didn't know it was someone's name. I didn't know what it was, and I just went home and put it on the record player, and it just like completely opened up my entire mind of what music could be. It's hard to pick 5 records, but I guess those are the 5 records.
That last one could be a collector's. Like, he's pretty rare, like Karlheinz Stockhausen on vinyl is probably pretty rare.
I don't know. I think that a lot of those were bought by libraries, and then libraries liquidated their records, probably like 15 years ago. So I think you can find a lot of that stuff like in not collector's quality, like the Nonesuch American music of the 20th century series. I can't remember what it's called, but they've got like the series. They tend to be like $6 to $10. They're great pieces, but there might not be the best performance or recording, and they've probably been played like 200 times, so they're a little soft, but I still love buying them and collecting them.